Hello everyone, my name is Liz Perry and today I am talking about the Banjara tribe in India, specifically their clothing, their embroidery techniques, and also some of the religious elements that have to do with their clothing as well. So what sparked my interest in this was a jacket that I found in California, where I was really interested in this back panel. I started talking to the woman who was selling it, and apparently she goes to India and finds all these old, deteriorating wedding blouses that the local tribes people wear. And so I got very interested and then did further research. So the jacket, the panel of the jacket came from specifically the Banjara tribe in India, specifically the Matwa tribe. There's the Banjara tribe, which is the large group, and then the Matwa is a subgroup within them. The Matwa is in the Kachala area in the Thara Desert. So the panel from the jacket came from one of their blouses that is used in their wedding day ceremonies. It is called a kachali, seen here. There are multiple pieces that have been embroidered and then patchworked together. It is typically first worn on the wedding day and then continually worn after. So the piece that was in the jacket, the panel, was made from several different of the pattern pieces. The patiya, or the peti, which is the stomach, the kapati, which is the side stomach panels, and then the chahiti, which is the chest area. The blouse is actually completely backless. But you cannot see the woman's blouse due to the fact that they're wearing long veils, which cover it completely. However, you typically wouldn't be able to see the back by how the panel pieces have been made. The Banjara tribe is famous for also its embroidery as well, specifically their mirrored work. So in Banjara fashion, they really like to blur the lines between clothes and jewelry. See here. They really like to deck out in lots of metal and mirror work. So a full outfit can actually weigh anywhere between 4 to 11 pounds. They typically like to use mirrors that were made in the traditional hand-blown glass way. This is because of two main reasons. Hand-blown glass is much lighter, and then also because there will be like little bubbles, imperfections in the glass, which is more desirable compared to mass-produced mirrors that we have now. Another thing that's interesting about it is that with the lead and zinc that is used, over time, they will oxidize, creating black glass, which is also seen as desirable. What they do is they create the mirrors and then they embroidery stitch them to the clothing, the panel pieces. There are multiple different embroidery stitch techniques to hold down the mirror. And to a trained expert's eye, you can actually figure out where a item of clothing was made, specifically by how they do the embroidery stitches. This is because of the size of the mirrors, the way they are laid out, and the binding techniques. Most commonly, it is the binding techniques. This is mainly because things are passed down orally. Typically, a grandmother showing their granddaughter how to make the clothing, and so it's very much contained into a very small area, each different technique. So the Matwa, they use a lot of tiny mirrors that they have crocheted down, And in the jacket that I had was using the chain stitch seen here, and then the Cleon stitch seen next to it, which is kind of like a type of like crochet stitch. Most commonly is the herringbone, which is right here. So it is stitched on top, and then there's additional crochet stitches, so we'll make it a circular element. Mirrors have become common-ish in fast fashion over the years, and now what they do in fast fashion is they'll actually have a ring that the person will embroider down on top of the mirror, opposed to the crochet stitches, which take much longer to master. The mirrors have become popular in the culture because they are said to ward off evil and also send the evil eye back at the sender. The clothing is also made of multiple different pieces of patchwork. One, because it's nomadic, but there's actually a fable that became quite famous for. The fable goes that there was a husband and wife that got married, and right after the wedding, the husband died. The wife started crying, and she shred her wedding dress into pieces. The goddess of Prothea heard her prayers and then brings her husband back to life, and then the goddess gives the wife a needle and thread to mend her clothes back together. Now the women in the tribe wear these patchwork pieces to pay homage to the goddess. I think it's really amazing that you can really find so much culture combined with clothing, and how it can connect so many people, and even into the smallest one-stitch detail. Thank you. That is my story on the Banjara tribe and their culture, and a little bit about their embroidery. Thank you so much. Bye.